James Carpenter's a bust, right? Wasn't that the conversation? Pick number 25, try to trade down, split war room, and you pick James Carpenter from Alabama at 25?
A tackle who moved to guard, showed up overweight to his first training camp. Is that pick as bad in retrospect as it looked? I don't think so.
Because a lot of rumblings going on out of Chicago right now. Remember who was picked right behind him? That was Gabe Carimi, the big tackle out of Wisconsin. And had Tom Cable and the Seahawks taken Gabe Carimi, they wouldn't have got that C- grade that they got coming out of that draft.
Nobody would have blinked an eye. They needed a tackle. They needed to improve the offensive line. Carimi was coming from a very productive running game at Wisconsin. You really would have seen them sort of heralded as a very natural pick. But that goes to show you that draft grades are really based more on the expectations of the people who have prepared the mock drafts than it does of the evaluation of the players that were actually taken by the teams.
I think it's some of that perception and then the reality of how it plays out for that player in that system. I will say this, Gabe Carimi at a career crossroads in Chicago, would it be crazy if he gets cut?
No.
If Seattle doesn't look at tackles? Because if there's any position, Danny, maybe you and I disagree on this just a little bit, but if there's any position on this roster offensively outside of tight end, then maybe you can add a veteran, maybe you can add some talent. I still think that offensive tackle position is one place to keep an eye on.
I think it is a spot that they're going to look to deepen, but Tom Cable has a very specific sort of personality type he looks for. It's why Breno Giacomini has worked so well for him at right tackle. They have high expectations for Michael Person. You have Michael Bowie, who they drafted in the 7th round, and that wasn't his talent that put him in the 7th round. It was kind of some history and some personal background, that uncertainties that led to that. I don't think they're going to end up looking at Carimi, who appears he is on his way out in Chicago just 2 years after they drafted him in the 1st round.
So what you're saying, that skill set they want is we'll go out there and we'll fight you anytime, anywhere, any place, 11 on 11, and if you need to throw a football in, so be it.